thinking of playing Iron Cross man-to-man combat on the East Front, 1941 to 42. Okay, so it's the German player turn. We start with the morale phase, but this is for both players together. So both players, pin markers are automatically removed, and suppressed markers may be removed. So obviously, as you can see here, we have the Russian unit that is suppressed there. The MP soldier there. Yeah, I can't read his name upside down. Okay, may be removed. The statuses of hidden units and machine gun modes are determined. Okay. I think I'm going to continue a whole nother turn with just leaving machine guns in direct fire mode. Actually, well, right here when I'm talking about it. Yeah, I noticed this pretty important point in passing. So I think it's great the machine guns have modes, and we have direct fire, fire lane, and spray fire. But when I hear machine gun modes, I just thought, in my mind, I was just thinking of the medium machine guns. But then I noticed on the roster here, a roster that I will definitely use when I go to play a full scenario correctly, or not correctly. I'll try to play correctly, but when I go to play a full scenario, I'll definitely use the roster here. But I noticed the light machine guns have modes too. You mark off the mode here, by the way. There are no markers or anything. You mark the mode that the machine gun's in at that time. But I did not realize that. So the light machine guns, like Albrecht here, light machine gun also has the same 3 modes. So that's interesting. That's interesting because with at least 1 light machine gun per squad, and you have 2 or 3 squads in the scenario, that gives you more opportunities for example, laying down more than just 1 or 2 fire lanes. But anyways, I would not have expected that, but sure enough, it's medium and light machine guns that are allowed to have one of the 3 different modes. So we'll go ahead and take a closer look at morale. So during the morale phase, what we're doing now, each player has the opportunity to return all his pinned and suppressed units to normal status. This is accomplished by the following procedure. All pinned markers are automatically removed. So again, a pinned, if our unit here was pinned, it would look like that, and then the pinned marker would automatically be removed. But we don't have any pinned soldiers on the map at this time. Then for each unit marked with a suppressed marker, roll 2 dice and add 2. Yeah, morale recovery, add 2. Okay, so roll the dice. 6, 7, 8 for a morale recovery attempt. If the final number is equal to or less than the unit's PR, proficiency rating, the S marker is removed. Otherwise, the S marker is replaced with a P marker. So in other words, it's just delayed another turn. So if they had rolled 9, 10, 11, that would be more than the soldier's PR rating of 9 there. This one on the far right. In that case, the suppressed would have been flipped to pinned, and then obviously the pinned would have been removed during the next morale phase. But in this case, they rolled a 6, 7, 8, plus 2 to 8, which is equal to or less than the PR rating of the soldier there. So they recover all the way to normal status. By the way, notice that after recording earlier, when the unit was originally suppressed, like that, the soldier was in up mode and moving normally. When they receive the suppressed status, they're automatically down. They're automatically put to down state, which makes perfect sense. And then we go like that. So now when they come off and they recover, when the suppression comes off and they recover, Now they're back to normal status, normal status, but they're going to start now from the down state. All right, the next phase is the support fire phase. Again, it's the German player turn, so the German player is the phasing player. The phasing player may attempt to fire any of his normal status units. Mortar attacks are resolved before any other types of fire. So just, let's see. What do we got here? What do we want to try? Let's do this one first. So I'm going to move the improved position aside. In this hex here, we have 2 German riflemen. Yeah, 2 German riflemen. I want to point out something that I noticed. I don't really have an explanation for this. I find this interesting. I don't know what to make of it. So Poppen here, for example, Poppen is in a down state. In the up state, Poppen has area or anti-personnel fire power of 4, close combat value of 2, and proficiency rating of 8. Oh, and a range of 8, an initial range of 8. None of these but AP firepower, I think, is going to change. Yeah, when you flip it over to down, same initial range. I'm not saying that should be different, but there's no change. No change to proficiency. I wouldn't expect that to change by just going up, down state. Close combat? Actually, why would close combat actually be the same? 2 and 2. I don't know what the design idea is there. But what's really interesting is that the AP firepower drops. So why is the AP firepower 4 and 3 in the down posture? Unless it is, frankly, what I don't really like anymore, an abstraction of what are they saying? When the unit's in an up posture, they have I'm going to go ahead and guess that in the up posture, they have a better ability to acquire targets. But to me, that should be modeled. But I'm thinking maybe that this is designed for effect and abstraction, that when they go to the down state, their firepower is less effective. Again, I would handle that differently. I would try not to abstract, but anyways, not my game, not my design. So I just noticed that. I hadn't even noticed that yet, I had noticed, but it hadn't dawned on me that I find that interesting that AP firepower drops. As a matter of fact, see, machine guns are the same. As a matter of fact, for the machine gun, the proficiency goes down. I'm not sure that I agree with all of these design decisions, but I'm going to assume that they're not just oversights. I'm going to assume that the designer had very deliberate reasons for this. I'm not sure a machine gun crew would be less proficient in down. But anyways, the real question is, can I figure out from the rules what's actually meant by up and down? I'm thinking up and down according to what I think of as up and down posture. And this isn't even presented as posture. So combat states, I don't remember it actually being, no, I don't remember it being explained. So I'm not even going to bother looking because I don't remember it being explained. It's just presented as a unit has an up and down state. Anyways, I won't pause now, but now this makes me wonder whether this is really the same thing that I'm thinking of. Anyways, let's go on here. So support fire phase, we're going to announce the attack. So these 2 riflemen together are going to try to engage the MP soldier there in the down state that just recovered. So that's the announcing the attack. Determine line of sight. It's good, but go like center to center, and it is completely clear. attempt observation. This is important. So again, the clear terrain is at 10 or less to observe. But now let's see what there's. The modifiers favoring the target for every 5 hexes. I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so +2 because it's 1 for every 5 hexes beyond the initial 5. So that's +2. No improved position, no tree symbols, no AFEs or wrecks along the line of sight, no marsh hex, but this is a non-AFE unit in the down state, so +1. So now we're up to +3. The observing unit moved with no, they have not moved. All right, modifiers favoring the observer. If the target hex was successfully observed on a previous player turn, and neither the observer nor the units in the target hex have moved since that observation, I think that applies. I think that applies. Strictly speaking, I think that applies. So that's -1. So now we're back down to +2. If the target hex has 2 or more levels lower, no. Target hex moved within, no. AFE in the target hex, no. Observer is a commander, no. Target hex has 4 more men, no, there's only 1. If any non-machine gun unit in the target hex used AP5, no. If any light machine gun or ATR unit, no. Medium machine gun, mortar unit, no. Okay, I think that's it. So +2. So roll a 7, 8, 9. So that's 10 or less. So they do observe, which is kind of right on. Not right on, but that feels about right. Whatever that means. Okay, so observation is complete. All right, PCs to fire. We do need to do that. I'm just going to go top to bottom. Are there any modifiers? Morale, leader directed. This is not opportunity fire, grenade attacks, assault. So I don't think that there are any modifiers. I hope there are not. I hope there are not PC modifiers buried in the text. I wonder about that. But I don't remember any. But I hope there are not any. So we're just going top to bottom. First proficiency is 8. Bottom one is 7. So we just barely make the top one. So Poppin is firing. Oh, we actually make both of them 6, which is 7 or less for, what is that? Preen? Yeah. All right, so they pass both proficiency checks. Total and modifier firepower, this again is 6. I don't think there are any firepower modifications. Number of dice, I guess it's just, well, let me double check. So it is 1 for the clear terrain of the target hex, and another 1 for the target unit being in down state. So there's the benefit. I don't think that's, again, I would look at downstated differently, but in this design, it's an extra die. So together we have 6. Divided in half, rounded up is 3. 3 divided in half, rounded up is 2. So we have our pin suppressed and eliminated numbers. There we go. 7. So no effect. Actually, I should remember. I forgot, and I should remember range attenuation. So actually, this is, see, the initial range is 8 for both of the riflemen. It's 14 hexes away, so actually it's -1 for range attenuation. So each of these actually drop to 2, which is then 4, 2, and 1, which means they weren't even close to getting a result. Okay, I think that is it. Take my 2 riflemen here. Put them back in their improved position and mark them as fired with my ATS marker.